Good morning, YouTube. How are my droogs and debutchkas doing today? It's your hum narrator, Jay Joyner, and I'm here to give you a movie review of 4 movies that for some reason I spent yesterday watching. And so here I am with my usual, my hot cup of joy, bowl of Wheaties, and we are ready. Well, I had music queued up, and here we go. There we go. No, I said there we go. Hi, friends. It's Jay Joyner here today. Oh, what a day, what a day, what a day, what a day. I am a man on a mission, but that mission has nothing to do with why I am here today. Alrighty then. So, let's fire this up. How is everybody today? I know nobody's on, nobody's watching me, but y'all wish you were. How about we work on this then? Let's share it to Facebook. Post. Yay. We're good. We're good. I ain't going to worry about posting it to Twitter because pretty soon you're not going to be able to do that. But anyway, I'm going to fire up IMDb here. And the first movie that we're going to talk about today is a movie called The Gift. All right. The movie called The Gift, starring Jason Bateman and Rebecca Hall. A young married couple's lives are thrown into a harrowing tailspin when an acquaintance from the husband's past brings mysterious gifts and a horrifying secret to light after more than 20 years. Now, this is on my Goodish list because this movie actually wasn't half bad. If you're the type of person who likes to watch revenge movies that deal with basically the bully getting his in the end, it wasn't a half bad movie actually. It had all the interesting elements in it of there was a lot of mystery about what was going on behind the two of them. How did the two of them really know each other? Jason Bateman's character is really standoffish when he meets this guy from his past. I don't want to put too much into it. I don't want to give away anything, but it's definitely a movie you want to look up if you like those. Like, it's not a murder mystery, but if you like those mystery psychological drama type movies, especially what the guy gets Jason Bateman's character to think he's doing or what he did. It was a really good movie, not bad. The Gift, I think you should pick that one up. The next movie, which is terrible, the Goodish, the terrible, the Ughoe. Well, on the terrible list, we have the movie The Unborn. All right, I'm going to bring that one up here so I can read to you about this horrible movie. Let's see, is this one it? Yes, it is. Unborn. Starring... No, I don't want to add it to my watch list. Yeah, it's got Gary Oldman in it. A young woman fights the spirit that is slowly taking possession of her. Yeah, no, that's like a really bad what's the word I'm looking for? Summary of what that movie is. The movie The Unborn is terrible. It's down as a drama horror mystery, and I'm sorry, but this is like a kid. This is like one of them teen screams. Not at all like one of the better. That's better. One of the better. I mean, for a horror movie, it was pretty horrible. I'd have to honestly say, for a horror movie, it was pretty terrible. I mean, it had all the right elements of like a haunting movie, like it's about a woman being possessed or something like that. But I mean, it even threw in bits and pieces of religion into the matter, and exorcisms and whatnot. But even threw in a little bit of history from World War II. But as far as a horror movie, I don't want to give it away, folks, but the whole entire movie is pretty much just some chick getting really upset with the fact that she's preggo. Yeah, it's pretty much all the movie is. I wouldn't waste your time on it unless you're into those types of horror movies. Like, seriously, I wouldn't. I don't even know why I watched it. I don't know why I wasted my time. That was definitely 88 minutes I wanted back. But the Unborn, it's it's just it has its elements of good. I mean, like, it would look like it was going to be a really decent horror movie, but when you get to the endish and you realize what's really going on, it's pretty horrible. Pretty horrible. So yeah, terrible. The Unborn. The next movie on my Ughoe is the Autopsy of Jane Doe. Came out in 2016, and it stars, oh God, I can't remember his name, Brian Cox, Emile Hirsch, and okay, this woman here, Olwen Catherine Kelly, is the woman who plays as Jane Doe. This movie isn't half bad. It's about a mortician and his son, and they get this Jane Doe in, and they have until the end of the night to try to figure out what her cause of death was, or COD. And but as they try to, it ends up getting much, much worse. Well, let's read this here. A father and son, both coroners, are pulled into a complex mystery while attempting to identify the body of a young woman who was apparently harboring dark secrets. Now, the reason that this is on my Ughoe list is because there's so many things wrong with this movie. There are so many things that are wrong with the movie, with just okay, the movie itself, with the story of why they're trying to figure out, well, you know, what's wrong with this woman and how she died. The things that go on are definitely a haunting type of it's definitely like on there with the horror movie type things. But the thing that bothers me most about this movie is the actress who plays Jane Doe, Olwen Catherine Kelly. Olwen Catherine Kelly. Yep, that's her name. The woman who plays Jane Doe. I have to give her props, because she lays there on the table completely naked and motionless throughout the entire movie. You think it's a prop, but it's not. It's an actual woman. And I have to give her props. I have to give Miss Kelly props because she did a very good job. That actress did a very good job as Jane Doe. As she did awesome. Okay. Now, the questions that I have, though, that really bother me about the movie is They say that it takes place that the body is from Salem, Massachusetts, and it has the question of, what if you did something wrong to someone intentionally, even though they didn't deserve it, and because of that, did that cause the evil that goes on throughout the movie? Um, I think there's a lot more to the movie. I think that they could have answered a lot more questions instead of just paying so much more attention to to her and the autopsy, even though you don't really see much of the autopsy. Um, I fell asleep. I do believe this is like the second time I tried watching this movie, and I fell asleep through it because there were times where it got really boring, and then it picks up near the end. I mean, unless you like seeing a naked dead woman, like there's really no. I don't know. I mean, it's one of those movies. You take it or leave it. If you really want to watch that movie, I mean, it wasn't a bad movie. I just think that a lot of the storyline and a lot of things that went on in that movie could have, like, we could have done without it, or we could have built on certain things better. But that's just my uh 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 that's just my opinion on the whole thing. Um, and now let's go on to my fourth and final movie. What the What? This movie right here. It's called Under the Bed. It's an indie movie. Um, Put out by Macabre by Accelerator. Um, every child knows about the monster under the bed. Neil Hossman's mistake was trying to fight it. Neil has returned from a 2-year exile following his tragic attempt to defeat the monster, only to find his father ticking ever closer to a breakdown, a new stepmother who fears him, and his little brother Paul, terrorized by the same monster. While Neil and Paul work together to try and fight the nocturnal menace, the parents are taking desperate measures to get the family back to normal. With no support from their parents, the brothers have nothing to rely on but each other and courage beyond belief. This movie, this movie, honestly, I thought it was. I mean, in the beginning, it sounded like it was going to be an interesting movie. It sounded like it wasn't going to be half bad. And then, um, yeah, when they start talking about dead skin cells, it's basically under the bed is your skin cells are coming back to haunt you. Yeah, basically that's what the movie was. It was basically, some dude tried to set his skin cells on fire. Tragedy struck. He got sent away. Came back and to find out the skin cells are still there and they're still haunting his little brother. Yeah. What the what? Come on. The only thing that horror movie teaches you is to clean out your bed. All right, folks. This has been Jay Joyner giving you the lowdown on 4 of the worst movies I think I've watched here as of late. If anybody else has any thoughts that they want to put on to what these movies that we just got done talking about, or I just got done talking about, or if there's any other movies that you would want to recommend that I watch, because I got nothing but time. But this has been your humble narrator, Jay Joyner. May you guys have a wonderful day. And until tomorrow or the next day, peace, love, and God bless.